Hello, I'm Mrs. Poore, and I want to welcome you to Geometry and take you on a quick tour of the LMS. Before we do that though, I just want to let you know a little bit about me. This slide right here is just a snapshot about me. I graduated from Tarleton State University with a bachelor's in business administration and later returned to obtain my alternative certification so I could teach high school math. When I'm not working, I love to watch baseball and softball. And while watching games on TV with my husband, I like to cross-stitch, crochet, and do other arts and crafts. If I'm not busy doing those activities, well then I am out having fun with my family and friends. At some point you're going to want to ask me some questions, and this is my contact information. Yahoo IM is the best way to get an immediate response. I always try to answer within about 10 minutes. I do check my K-mail 3 times a day, but if you send something in the middle of the morning, I might not answer till the middle of the afternoon. So you're not going to get a real quick response. And if I cannot answer calls, I always try to return them within 24 hours. So if you leave a message, it might be, tomorrow morning before I can get back to you. Because I have almost 200 students, you always need to give me your full name and your course number. And your course number could be 203A or 204A, and your section numbers will probably be somewhere between 1 and 7. And right there is where I have that listed, what I need from you. Now these are the topics we're going to be discussing during this time, so please make it a top priority to download the virtual TI-8384 calculator. I'll be using this calculator in our CCs and the lesson recordings pretty often, and I will be giving you instructions on how to use it. So you'll be able to find those instructions for downloading in the Geometry LMS doc sharing, which we're going to cover in just a moment. Now, obviously, these next 2 slides are going to be very, very important. Okay, so I need you to listen carefully. Our late policy has changed. If any of you are students that are here from last year, it has changed. All graded assignments are subject to the late policy, whether it's computer graded or teacher graded. Zeros will be added to the gradebook the day after the assignment is due, but you can still submit any work with a grade of 0 until the assignment is locked. Now, on the subject of being locked, here, I might as well let y'all see all this information. Okay, assignments are going to be locked at the end of every quarter, and the semester dates for this semester will be October 24th and January 9th. After those 2 dates, you won't be able to do any assignments prior to those dates. So it's important that you get your work done and get it completed on a timely basis. And then students are going to be responsible for reviewing the course calendar for assignment lock dates. Those dates are in there, so you can't wait till the 25th and say, hey, I didn't know that it was being locked yesterday, please let me back in. That's a no-go. On this next slide, it's about Class Connect attendance. All students have to earn, all students who have earned less than 90% in this course as of Monday morning will be required to attend Class Connect for that week. Class Connect attendance will count for 10% of your course grade. So if you're making 100 and you don't ever come to Class Connect, then you're only going to have a 90 by the end of the semester. Okay, points for attendance will be earned by completing an exit ticket in the LMS. Points will not be awarded if you fail to complete the exit ticket. You will be responsible for checking your class grades every Monday and attending any CC necessary. And then teachers will exempt students with 90 and above course grades from CC attendance every week. So if you're making above a 90 and you don't show up for CC, it's going to be all right. So when you enter the LMS, you're going to see this page. At the top left, right here, you can access the announcements. There will usually be at least 3 listed. You're going to see last week's announcements, the current week's announcements, and a list of lesson recordings. Below the announcements are banners that will have important information, and that's right here. Further down is the What's New and the course checklist. What's New will let you know if I've graded any of your teacher graded assignments, uploaded documents, or added new information anywhere in the LMS. And the course checklist lets you know what is due and still needs to be completed. Now we're going to begin covering select tabs in the navigation bar to the left of the Geometry LMS home screen. Right here where you see this red arrow. The first tab is going to be the syllabus. It's crucial that you read the syllabus and are familiar with my expectations of you and, of course, what you can expect from me. And if you go through and you read through the syllabus, you're going to see that I've highlighted some of the most important information. The next tab that you're going to see in the navigation bar is the calendar. This should be read and printed out. The calendar lets you know what we're going to be doing every day this semester so you don't miss anything. This calendar is also what you're going to look at to figure out what those course lock dates are. The next tab, or one of the next tabs, is the Class Connect tab. And it's going to be giving you instructions on accessing a live CC and accessing the recordings of past CCs. On this slide you can see when I will be in my classroom. Our CCs will be held on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. and class will begin promptly at 11 a.m. Chat will not be available during CC time. My office hour is a time for you or your learning coach to pop in and ask questions about the course, grades, or anything else you might need to know. You may also use this time to ask me questions about the lessons we have been covering. Target teaches a time when I cover material that many students have been struggling to understand. All students are welcome to attend, but if I have invited you to attend, then it's very important that you do so. Another tab on the bar is a reference guide. This is a copy, or this is a PDF copy of the geometry text that has been mailed to you in your K-12 supplies. This may be downloaded onto your computer or another mobile device, and it's convenient because you can make notes and highlight the text. The reference guide may also be downloaded by unit by clicking on the Unit Resources tab under the Unit tab for each unit. At the top right corner of the Geometry LMS, you're going to see these three tabs. One for Gradebook, one for Doc Sharing, and one for Dropbox. The Gradebook will show you what your current grade is, with the exception of any assignments that are teacher graded that haven't been returned yet. I do my best to grade all assignments within 3 days, so your grades should always be current. Doc Sharing is where I upload documents for you. This would include notes that will help you throughout the semester, helpful tips, software instructions, and other items. The Dropbox is where you submit all your teacher graded assignments and access documents I have graded and returned to you. They must never be emailed to me without prior consent, as they can be easily overlooked. And I have a lot of students say, for some reason or other they're not going to use the Dropbox, can they email the assignment? And that's usually going to be a no, because it is just too easy for assignments to get overlooked and misplaced in Kmail. Now, there are many interactive activities available to you in the K-12 curriculum, and I want you to know how to access all of it. So please take time to watch this introductory recording so you will have a good idea of how to access all the resources available to you. The recording link can be found in the announcements section under Lesson Recording Library, Unit 1 Lessons. Now, a few other things that you might be interested to know is that you will be able to retake quizzes. You're going to be able to correct the mid-unit test, and you'll find instructions for submitting corrections in the LMS navigation bar under Course Home. You can also correct the unit test part 1. You're allowed to use text and notes on your test and quizzes. You may not use the internet when you're taking quizzes and tests. Okay, do not use the internet when you're taking quizzes and tests. That's a no-no, and it's considered cheating and or plagiarism, so don't do it. Discussions will be open for 3 to 5 days and will not be reopened. And then lastly, please save your files in this format. You see it right down here in red. It says U4L3 R. Smith, and that's just an example. And supposedly what this student turned in was Unit 4, Lesson 3 for Robert Smith. That makes it really easy for me to give you credit for any corrections you turn in, or credit for your extra credit and things like that. So it's important to use that format whenever you're saving your files. And just please remember, check your daily messages. These will be found in your K-mail and in your course announcements, and sometimes your banners in the LMS will have important messages. And remember, if you have any questions for me, you need to contact me right away, because all questions are important. I'm going to be here to help you be successful. And remember, IM is the quickest and best using Yahoo Messenger. And if you haven't done so already through the welcome K-mail that I sent out, I'd like for you to fill out this survey, because we know extra credit is always good, especially when it is super easy. So what you need to do is take a moment to complete the survey, let me know a little bit about you, and you're going to earn 5 points extra credit on your Unit 1 Part 2 test. I've made the survey link available to you right next to this link in the recording, or right next to the link for the recording, and you may also download a copy of these slides from DocSharing, and the survey link can be found on the very last page. And again, I also sent you a welcome K-mail, and you'll find the link there as well. So thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this recording, and I look forward to seeing and visiting with you in live Class Connects.